Hi, my name is Elisa Johnston. I write at averageadvocate.com and I've actually been there for about 11 years now, since 2010. I write mostly about social issues and just equipping everyday people to make a difference in the world from where they are. Just helping, especially my target audience is women, mothers, people that are adults past their general years of the smorgasbord of all these cool volunteer opportunities, and they really just still want to make a difference in the world and figure out how to do that and how to do that well. And I teach them essentially how to do good advocacy, from leading in their nonprofits and ministries to just basic in their homes, and how to raise world changers amongst their kids. And in that, I address really two different sides of things. I address one aspect, which is kind of being fully alive, because I've kind of gone through my own seasons of burnout and not being well on the inside, as well as not exactly knowing what opportunities to say yes to, and all of that sort, as well as, kind of figuring out which direction to go to. So in my own experience and in my own process, at some point, like I said, I did burn out, and through that, I had to learn how to redo everything differently, because I had finally figured out and kind of hacked this idea of making a difference in the world from where I was, a busy mom of little kids. And I started a nonprofit. I worked in ministry and started another organization. And through all that, I didn't really know exactly what my best yes was. And so when I was going through my recovery, I decided to change things around. And in that time period, I encountered a new book at the time about life. They call it life. Living Forward by Michael Hyatt. And through that, I developed a coaching system, which I call life mapping, which is really essentially life planning. And so I started doing that because I started recognizing that a lot of the other fellow nonprofit and ministry leaders that were around me were people who were just generally trying to make a difference in the world, either didn't really know which direction they were going in, or were just kind of going aimlessly doing all sorts of things, or were burning out because they didn't really know how to do things well. And so through that, I started a branch of Average Advocate to do coaching. However, I never got certified as a coach because it's very, very expensive and difficult and time consuming. And I just never really felt like I was meant to go all in and start a 40-hour-a-week coaching business. And that was kind of a huge detriment, because I would have really liked some coactive coaching training, more than what I found online and in textbooks, and more than just this process that I had, which I do coaching with. Like I said, I do coaching groups occasionally or one-on-one, and I call that life mapping, which is kind of a full system thing. However, again, I am not a certified coach, and I don't really feel like it's worth my time when I have 3 little kids and a new one on the way, to really be able to put all my time into building a coaching business. However, I love coaching. I love doing it for a few hours a week, and that was one of the main reasons the Hope Writers program stood out to me, is because it gave me an opportunity to have a steady stream of income to do something that I love doing, and I've been told I'm actually really good at doing, especially when it comes into communications and helping people figure out their messaging and how to speak that forward. And within all of that, there was this aspect of seeing your coaching program being like, I think this might be the best fit for me. This might actually be a way where I can use my skills and gifts and actually learn a lot more about how to do coaching well and get a lot more practice than I have, especially with not like a systems driven coaching system, but more, what you were talking about, which looked a little bit more like coactive coaching. Also, I work in ministry and leadership there, and so I have a lot of lay experience doing coaching and lay counseling. I do a lot of nonprofit work with the anti-trafficking stuff. I started 2 anti-trafficking organizations, so I'm also very familiar with trauma-informed work, which I've kind of brought into different things, and I feel like that's really empowered me and helped me a lot to be able to recognize when people are kind of not doing well and need to be directed to a therapist or get some external help in that way. But coaching a lot of times seems to be like a really, really good avenue to meet people where they're at, whether it's just just because they need accountability, or they need a plan, or they really actually have no direction where they're going, or actually they need to backtrack and do a lot of more in-depth work. And so what I really was liking about this Hope Writing coaching thing was that it gave me a chance to actually reach people still within my target audience. It took care of a lot of the business coaching stuff that can feel very exhausting for me, and I don't really have time to do when I actually want to write and serve my the people that I'm writing in different ways, along with taking care of my family. And so, doing coaching for a few hours a week is like, I love that, I can do that. But on the other hand, I can't do it full time. So anyways, I actually applied to be one of your coaches in the spring because it interested me so much, and it was like, this is a wonderful opportunity to maybe do all the things I'd love to do, but through a system that I already love, which is Hope Writers. So I've been a Hope Writers member since May of 2000, so just a year, but I was actually in a Hope Writers circle way before that, in the fall of 2019, which is how I got into Hope Writers. So let me pause a moment and make sure I have all the questions answered here. Let's see. So I think I pretty much answered everything, except for I really just want to gain a little bit more experience. I'd love to have a certification that I feel like I could take with me in life. And I really love networking and working with the people at Hope Writers. I've enjoyed that part of it so much, and those connections, and I feel like I could learn a lot from this course. And this is a season of my life when I can, because it's when my kids are in school after COVID craziness, and it's right before a baby is born. So it's a season where I'm actually able to take the time to learn and develop this part of who I am as a coach a little bit better. And I would love to do it through Hope Writers, and I'd feel very honored to be chosen to be part of this program. So I hope that answers everything. I'm actually sick right now, and so I'm kind of throwing this together last minute. It's not very professional, but that's kind of a huge part of my brand. I'm just an everyday person making a difference in the world, helping other everyday people making a difference in the world, and I think that I can do that through coaching, and I hope that you'll consider me for being part of your cohort in this fall. All right, goodbye.